Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I've got a very interesting guest, Mr. Ajay Khurana, Managing Director of Formica India. It's good to meet you, Mr. Ajay. And today we are sitting at day two of India Woods 2024. So I wanted to start by asking, can you let us know about the background of Formica India, what it does in India?
See, Formica globally is a big brand, the original inventor of laminates. In India, it was the first company to enter
Okay.
1963. So, for the government FDI policies in 1977, in which they had to check out a lot of MNCs, they went back. So, Formica was one of them. They had to leave and go. The brand still remained,
Okay.
but not with action.
Okay.
So there wasn't any action. So by the time they came back, the market was already flooded with
Yes.
the branded and the unbranded. India was already a very big market for laminates.
Yes.
So Formica at that point of time was owned by Fletcher Buildings in New Zealand,
Okay.
which is a big company in ANZ.
Okay.
So they couldn't really survive
Okay.
uh, in those times of tough competition,
Yes.
where there were no innovations,
Yes.
but a lot of commodity stuff was being sold.
Okay.
So in 2019, Formica was globally bought by Broadview Group. And Broadview already had brands like Trespa in Italy,
Yes.
Trespa in Netherlands,
Okay.
Arpa in Italy,
Okay.
Homopal in Germany, Westag in Germany. So they
Okay.
bought Formica.
Okay.
And Formica today is one of their biggest growth engines
Mhm.
globally. So they bought, and then they decided to remain invested in India in a different way.
Okay.
Yeah. So while there were some talks earlier that Formica would be closed down by the previous owners, but Broadview concluded they would stay invested here
Ah,
because they believed in the market.
yes.
Yes. But we changed our strategy altogether when I joined them in 2021.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have been the same game
Yes.
as they were playing earlier. So we
Yes.
decided to play a different game.
Okay.
Yeah, so we decided to focus on premium, be at the top of the pyramid because
Yes.
the bottom was already very
Flooded.
crowded,
Yes.
and we didn't, and we wanted to leverage on our global strengths of
Yes.
premium niche,
Yes.
super
Correct.
finishes, innovative, sustainability. So
Yes.
these are our strengths globally.
Correct.
Yes, and that's what we focused on since 2021 to 2023, where we were very successful, and we brought in these brands, Phoenix from ARPA, VIS from ARPA, Cora from Formica umbrella, but again it's an imported brand,
Okay.
and Homopal from Germany. They have the brand called Decometal.
Correct.
So these are the ones which we are representing. Okay, but we also have a plant, a manufacturing unit,
Okay.
and while it suffered when I joined because they stopped point 8, anything below 1 millimeter, which was pure commodity, and where we didn't have volumes, uh, tough competition being sold and being manufactured every nook and corner of the country. Okay, because of our strategy, our new vision.
Correct.
So we stopped anything below 1 millimeter.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the bulk of the market in India is below 1 millimeter.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously our utilization production suffered, but we had one point agenda where we were successful to set ourselves on the top of the pyramid.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay. So you said you have introduced a lot of brands in India. So what is the idea behind bringing global brands under the Formica umbrella, and how it is helping Formica in India to get a position where people can see it as one of the leadership in the industry?
so what we do globally, okay,
Yes.
they are very innovative,
Yes.
proprietary technology.
Okay.
The products are unique,
Correct.
uh, and some of the ranges there is no competition, I would say,
Okay.
not even lookalikes. There
Okay.
are certain ranges where there are lookalikes, but they don't have the features,
Correct.
they don't have the technology, they don't have the machines.
Correct.
So we are completely unique,
Okay.
right? And then we also had, as I was mentioning, we have a plant, we have a manufacturing unit. We
Correct.
want to strengthen our local manufacturing as well. Yeah. So we embarked on a local expansion as
Correct.
well through exports. So we are now exporting back to our sister companies in Southeast Asia. We are sampling in the Middle East, in the US, and hopefully in the near future we may start exports
Correct.
there as well. And that helps us to establish ourselves in a better way in the domestic market also.
Correct.
So you will see a resurgent for mica in the commodity segment as well in the near future. So we have had a two-pronged strategy. One on the premium at the top of the pyramid, and then at the bottom of the pyramid, we're coming back.
Okay.
Okay. Again, we're not competing with anybody. We're only competing with ourselves, getting better than what we were doing yesterday. Yeah, so we have nobody in sight who we want to match. We don't have the numbers, and we want to do better than what we were doing yesterday.
Yesterday, I was watching a movie, The Great Debater. It's a 1970 movie which says they were a college student who were black and they wanted some benefits for them. So one of the coaches said to them, "Who is your competition?" The student has to say 10 times that there is no competition. We are competing within ourselves. I like that point. Uh, Today we are sitting in day two of India Go 2024. So how is the response for you, and what sort of enthusiastic or what sort of responses you are getting from the visitors who are visiting your booth?
See, India Wood always has been a great show, right? And we missed this in 2021
Okay.
because of COVID.
Yes.
We were not sure whether it will happen or not. So we didn't put our name forward. Okay. But since 2021, when I joined, we started investing in our marketing programs, which included a flagship showroom in Delhi. Okay, and it's not a laminate showroom. It's I can say, if I can use that word, state of the art showroom,
Yes.
and you need to see it to believe it. Designed by our global marketing communication company Musa. They're based out of Italy, so they designed the showroom. So and then we've been also been taking architects to Italy every year
Okay.
to show them why we are different, how we are different, what do we do differently, why we are premium.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so they have to see it to understand.
Yes.
Yeah, so for that reason we also do a lot of education program in India, a lot of demonstrations, a lot of trainings on our products. Otherwise, if everything looks the same, you don't know what you want and what you want to buy,
Correct.
right? And those programs, plus we also started a bit of our exposure into exhibitions. We started with the Race Tech. We missed out India Woods, but this time we are here. And last 2 days, decently well, I would say. Still 3 more days to go.
Yes.
All that we need is quality crowd,
Yes.
which we are getting, and the brand is still very well known. So people, they
Yes.
come, they recognize.
Yes.
Uh, Luckily for me, they know me. Yes, so
Okay.
we are having a good time here,
Yes.
and we want to do these shows targeted towards premium customers, premium architects, whether they are in the furniture manufacturing segment, but more so into the influencing segment,
Yes.
architectural segments. So we're doing some events this year. We're doing a lot of curated small shows targeted very specifically towards architects, because these are premium products, so they
Yes.
need to be understood. They
Yes.
need to be influenced a bit.
Selling is
Yes.
more of a consultative approach these days
Yes.
rather than hardcore sale. Mr. Khurana, I take this opportunity, because it's a busy day for you. You have more than 4 decades of experience in the industry. I can call you a veteran in the industry. So I wanted to understand that what sort of shift you have seen in the last 30, 40 years, and how do you see the future of this industry right
When I joined Rehau in 2001,
now? Okay.
okay, uh, and I spent 20 years with Rehau. I was
Okay.
the 19th employee. We had one extrusion line,
Okay.
10% utilized.
Okay.
Okay, by the time I left Rehau, Rehau had three manufacturing units, uh, two dedicated to edge bend manufacturing, furniture part of it.
Yes.
Okay, diversified, more than 250 employees, a
Yes.
very large turnover,
Yes.
and 16 extrusion lines dedicated only to edge band. So you can see the shift from one extrusion line in 20 years, 10% utilization, to 16 lines with probably capacity challenges, and they needed to invest more. And so the industry has completely transformed. In 2001, there were a handful of edge bending lines, especially through feeds, and today you find them every nook and corner. And there were hardly any organized manufacturers. Today, people are moving from skilled labor to semi-automatic machines, and those guys to automatic machines, and those guys to the next level of uh, machinery.
Yes.
So I think the industry has a bright future. And after COVID, we see a lot of real estate activity, especially at the high-end premier category.
Yes.
People have now a lot of aspirations. They are well traveled. They are connected very well. Everything is virtual.
Yes.
They are more knowledgeable, and they are redefining their needs and desires.
Yes.
So I think the industry has a bright future.
Okay. So my last question to sum it up is, what are your plans for 2024-25 for your company? What sort of targets? Not the numbers. I know it's very early to ask the numbers. What sort of targets you are setting it up in sort of percentage? What sort of growth you are looking at?
See, we are very small in India,
Okay.
okay, but we want to make an impact.
Correct.
That's the first thing. We want to share our best practices.
Correct.
We want to share our knowledge
Correct.
to our industry partners, and
Correct.
for me, they are our customers.
Correct.
They are our supplier partners. They are individuals. They are our influencers. So that's the first and foremost thing. Then business,
Correct.
right? Make friends, enjoy our work.
Correct.
Business can follow, right?
Yes.
But specifically in terms of business, we've grown nearly 100% year on year, and that's our target. Because we are small, I think it's very realistic. We can grow tangentially, and the growth will 50% come from the domestic market, 50% it will come from exports that we are doing. We are adding resources. Uh, from last year, we will nearly have 80% more resources than we had last year. We are adding resources everywhere. We are investing in our plant to make it greener, to make it healthier for our people, focusing more on environmental, health, safety, sustainability. So that's the work we are focusing on.
Thank you, Mr. Khurana, for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, do visit Formica India booth at hall number 2, and don't forget to catch up with Mr. Khurana. And Mr. Khurana, looking forward, we will be hosting 5th edition of Samurai Awards and conference in Goa this year with a lot of manufacturing and supply chain companies. Since you have a state-of-the-art plant, we look forward to see you in Samurai Awards 2024 in Goa.
Sure.
We wish you a
Look forward to it.
successful trade show.
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Thank you, sir.